Today we are going to have a project on business analysis, and this is part 3 of our business analysis series. Now, under this business analysis, we will be having a project on human resources, HR. And under this HR, we will be having employee ranking or employee rating. Okay, now let's go right into it. What is employee rating or ranking? How do you rank your employees at work? How do you rate them? Now, different companies have different method, but I'm going to use a general way. Now, what is ranking? Ranking is a combination of different attributes a company puts high value to. These are attributes they want to see in their employees, and that is why they do companies do these rankings to know which particular employee is suitable for a particular task, or which particular employee qualify for a promotion, or which particular employee should be given an appreciation. Okay, so definitely companies hire a lot of workers. They may do well during interview, but when they get to the job proper, their ratings start dropping. They start optimal quality in service, and in return, the company will also have high revenue or high profit. So these are the major reasons. And once employees are not giving those quality service, what happens is the company tend to lose value. They tend to lose value in revenue, or they tend to lose even tangible and intangible assets because of an employee inability to adapt to the job or cope with the job. So that is why it's very important that HR, human resources department, needs to continually do a continuous assessment, a continuous ranking, a continuous review of their employees to ensure that they are giving them maximum productivity, which will lead to what? Increase in profit, okay, and also give a better customer satisfaction at the end of the day. So that is why this project is very important, and definitely there are some targets or some specific attributes some company wants, but I'm going to use a general attribute. Now, this is a company that actually do supplies. They supply workers to other companies, like for cleaning, for security, or other services. Okay, so definitely their target is to ensure that their customers are satisfied by giving them their best possible employees, their best possible workers, so as to ensure that the contracts keep going. Okay, so we have here the employee names. We have the target. Definitely the target is they want employees to be 100. We want to ensure that they have less complaints, effectiveness, and at the end we want to see what they achieved. Also, we will be looking at their productivity, fine, quality, aggregate, then rating. Okay, so these are different attributes the company has put up and wants to get high quality rating or ranking from the employees. And definitely the employees with the highest rating definitely will become team leaders, because they will be in the appropriate way to lead by example, and to be able so that other employees can emulate them and also move ahead. And the employees that fall in this higher rating have prospect to become also to get promotion, salary increment, or appreciation by the organization. Maybe yearly at the end of the year party, there's an appreciation done during that party to honor workers who have actually, or employees who have actually stand out. So this is why this is very important, and it actually encourages the employees to do better even when they are not being supervised. Okay, so definitely, the management cannot be everywhere all the time. So they need to rely on this who will lead the team and be able to conduct very good will be able to conduct very good services to ensure that the contract continues. If not, there can be customer dissatisfaction, and which will lead to cancellation of that contract even before the management could come into the aid to solve the issue. The bad deed has already been done. So that is why most companies who are into supply, who supply workers to different organizations as temporary workers, as part-time workers, should always ensure that this rating is always done, to ensure that the people you are giving, because those are the representative of the company, and they will determine if the contract continues or not. Because when they do things that the customers don't really want, then definitely they can terminate the contract. So this is a very important KPI: rating, ranking, employee rating and ranking, and it should be done on a regular basis, or let me even say on a continuous basis, to always assess and evaluate employees' behaviors. All right, thank you so much. Let's go right straight into the project. Larry has 9/10, Eric 9/10, George 10/10. Means George is absolutely super disciplined. So each employee will definitely have in some criteria as do better. You can see Nosha has 4 when it comes to discipline. So Nosha is really not disciplined. And neatness, Nosha is having 5, means it's average. So I think Nosha have to do better. Punctuality, let's check Nosha for punctuality. For punctuality, you can see here Nosha is having 3, which is not so good. Okay, and also let's check other guys. Let's check Justine for punctuality. Justine has 9/10, which is good. Phil 8. Well, okay. So for complaint, the higher, what this means here is that the higher the number, the value, means the person has less complaint. If you like, yeah, Nosha have 10 and Alberto has 8, means they are having a lot of complaint. Their rating is very low here. But when you come here, you can see Larry has 40. For complaints, sorry, Alberto and Nosha have 8/8, means their rating is very, very low here, their score. So, but when you see Larry have 19/20, Eric 18/20, George 19/20, means they are actually doing very good. So the higher the number, the better the worker is performing. So effectiveness, work effectiveness, means how they know the worker, they are able to adapt to the work, and how they proceed with the work or process or their operations at work. So you can see Larry 48/50, 45. So they actually give a higher score for effectiveness, because this is the main thing the customer wants. How effective are the employee with the work? They are not saying neatness, discipline are not okay, but their rating, the scores are different, because this the effectiveness means their productivity should be high. Okay, so this is actually the workplace, so that is why they give effectiveness, work effectiveness, a higher score. So out of 50, Larry have 48, Eric 45. This is good. You can see Noshak 10, Alberto 8, very, very low. So here is achieved. We are going to know the total number or percentage they achieved out of 100. Yeah, we are going to also know the productivity percentage. Then this portion, let me click towards here. So this portion is the fine. So if a worker actually have fine, because this is actually separated, you can see the HR actually separated this. If the worker actually have fine at work, means it is even above complaint. This is very, very bad. So if you have 0 fine, good. If you have 1 fine, fair. 2 fine is becoming bad. You can see some other workers have 3 fines. So this is not good. So if you have 0, so yeah, the lower the score, yeah, the better for fine. Okay, so 0 means it's better than who has 1, 2, or 3 fines. Okay, so fine is actually not good. So quality, so from this fine we can determine the quality. Apart from productivity, of, well, or this productivity of the worker, we also want to define the quality of the worker. So to be able to get the aggregate and rating, we need to get what a worker has to have a high level of productivity and also a good level of quality to be able to get this. So let's go right into it and do this analysis. They achieved. So what they have achieved is actually the addition of every of the scores here: neatness, discipline, punctuality, compliance, effectiveness. Everything will give us the achieved. So let's do that. So definitely we are going to use the sum function. So equals to sum, open parenthesis, come to this neatness, the first attribute, click it. When you click it, you can see then what we do is to drag it, okay, horizontally to this side. So that is going to give us C2 to G2. Okay, so we close parenthesis, hit enter, and you can see 93. So Larry have 93 scores out of 100, which is the target, which is good, very okay. So what we do to fill up the whole column so as to get the values for all these other employees, we don't have to start calculate this all over again. Already Excel already know this formula has been written there. So what we just do is to double click it. Even you don't need to drag, okay? You just double click the little dot here, double click, and you can see it will fill automatic. So these are all they achieved. Larry 93, you can see Eric 90, George 86. So we have different values. And if you go down here also, Noshak 30, 31, Alberto 31. These are very, very poor. Pedro 45, Mike 33. So let's see how it goes. Let's not judge by until we conclude the analysis. That's why we do analysis, so we don't actually mix things up. So productivity. So to calculate the total productivity, which is in percentage, we use also equals to. So for us to calculate the productivity is always the achieved divided by the target. That's to know the fraction of the productivity. Then we take it into percentage. So we are going to click H2 divided by the target. And what is the target? 100. So it's 100 for every one of them, right? So we click enter, and you can see 0.93, same value. So what we do is we go to home, because we need to change this value to percentage. We go to home, click on this general, then you look at percentage, okay? You click on that percentage and you can see 93.00. You can also just go to home and you will see percentage here and click that, you have the same. All right, okay. So the next thing is, just as we did earlier on, Excel already have the formula, so we are going to double click and you can see Excel will fill it up. So this is the productivity in percentage, but I actually want to leave everything in whole numbers. So what I can also do, I can also go to home, check on this dot here that says to reduce the decimal place. So I'll click 1. You can see it will remove 1, 2, and I now have them without the percentage. Okay, now that we have our productivity, so the next thing is for us to check the fine. Now, fine means a penalty given. Fines can be suspension from work. Fine can actually be a worker have to lose some part of his money and all that, you know, or a worker have to pay some certain money, or a worker will be removed from duty for some days. It depends on the company's policy. Okay, so how they do their disciplinary policy. So this fine is actually not something good. If you have 1, 2, 3, 4 fine is bad. When you have 0 fine is good. Okay, so the lesser the fine here, the better for the employee. So now we have to check the quality from fine, because this fine will determine the quality. We actually remove this fine because this is actually one of the highest punishments apart from sack. This is one of the highest punishments given to an employee. So it's something that we have to rate separately, because before you can get this fine means there must be something very, very terrible or bad the worker have done. So that is why I'm not going to equate it with that. We are going to equate fine to the quality of the worker, because this can actually be any default, but it has to be a major default for you to get fine, right? All right, so let's go to quality. Now, for quality, we are going to have fine, which is this. So we are going to have equals to fine, which is this, divided by what our achieved, because the achieved is actually the total value. So when you get a fine, it's a fraction of what you have achieved. So we have to equate it to the fraction of your total achievement. So that's going to divide by this. And definitely for us to rank it, we have to put it in brackets. Calculate your quality, you have to use the fine divided by the total achieved, and definitely every achievement is 1. So we are going to subtract it from your achievement. Every achievement is 1. Even if you have 93, 90, 89, 87, it's 1 parameter. So we are going to subtract your fraction from the total parameter, which is 1. Okay, so the fraction of your the fraction of your fine to your achievement from the total parameter, which is 1. So this is actually a very good logic in calculating quality, because quality is different from quantity, right? All right, so we click enter, and you can see that for the first person, let's see the name again, which is Larry have a quality of 1. Okay, so we are going to use the same formula. So what we do is we'll double click it, and it's going to fill it all through. All right, now that we have different quality, so what we can do is we can take it to percentage. So I'll go to home and we'll click percentage, and you can see we have 100%, 100%, 98, just like that. All right, so the next thing is we go to aggregate. Now aggregate means for us to get a particular rating or ranking, we are not going to determine an employee's ranking from only what he has achieved or his productivity. You can know that the achieve is sent as productivity. Okay, we also have to determine it from quality. So this time we have to equate both of them. We have to actually equate both of them and get the average. So what we do is we have to get the average of both of them, because having productivity and having good quality is what the company wants. Because in productivity, you can actually achieve a lot of resources, a lot of revenue. That is quantity. Then definitely, what is the quality? Are you having bad employees who are actually, for example, you can have an employee who is very good at his work. It can actually bring in high revenue for the company, but at the end of the day, that same employee does not have a good customer relationship. His quality is very bad when it comes to customer relationships. So what the employee does is making the revenue and driving away a lot of customers, because they are not happy with the way the employee conducts his or her services or product. So at the end of the day, the employee generates quantity, which is revenue for the company, but quality is reducing, because what the employee is actually driving away customers. So at the end of the day, if customers continue to reduce, then definitely it's going to affect the revenue. So you cannot have good productivity without having good quality. So both of them work hand in hand. Also, you cannot be a very good customer, have very good customer relationship, but you are not productive. So definitely the company will not have maximum value for hiring you or paying your salary. So they work hand in hand. Okay, so that is the essence of productivity and quality in judging an employee. So we are going to use equals to average. So we are going to take average of both of them, open parenthesis. So I will click productivity, the first value, then definitely I will use a comma, then I will click quality. All right, so we are going to take average of it. So average of it will determine the total aggregate rating for that particular employee. So when I click enter, you can see for the first person, he has 97%. All right, just as we have done earlier, we come to this little dots to fill all the other employees up. We double click it, and you can see it fills up gradually. All right, The next thing is we are going to the last stage, and the last stage is rating. So rating is the same thing as ranking. So what we are going to use, we are going to use the rank formula in Excel. So we are going to rank them now. So we are going to rank, open parenthesis. Now, first of all, okay, we are going to rank, rank, open parenthesis, and you can see from rank, look at what they write, number, referencing. Okay, so definitely we are going to pick our aggregate is the first number, so that is our aggregate, comma. Then the next thing is we have to put after the number we have to reference including, means we have to take this rank, the total rank, okay, so add the total aggregate, so you can see it. So that's the range of the total aggregate. So because we want each value to be for each value, we don't want this value to elapse to this and this. So what we are going to do is we will lock it. So we are going to use F4 and turn it into what we call absolute referencing. So I'm going to use $sign. I like doing my manual, so I'm going to put $sign. So, but if you don't have to do that, just click F4 on your computer and it's going to lock it. So when you have $sign before the alphabet and the number, it's going to lock it. It's called absolute referencing. So it's going to make this value stand and it will not change as it moves. So you can see I've locked the whole value. And definitely I want, so the last information we want here is the last information, so we'll put a comma. So the last information we put here in the rank is the order. So we want the order to start from 0. So someone with 0 has a better rank than 1, than 2, than 3, than 4. So I want the lowest number to be the best ranking employee. So I'm going to close parenthesis and click enter. So you can see 1 for the first value. So definitely I'm going to double click and it's going to fill it up. You can see. So we have rank of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, this is good. Now, if you actually do this and it does not follow the sequence this way, what you can also do, you click it, so it's going to pick and highlight every information here. Then you go to data and you click, you can see sort here. So you click it and a little page will pop up here. All right, so you can now put in your information. So you see column, sort by. So I want to sort by column. You can see we have all our columns here: the target, neatness, discipline, punctuation, complaints, effectiveness. So what we want to sort is rating. So I will scroll down and see where rating is written. So rating is here, so I'm going to click rating. So the values, so definitely I want it to be values. That is, values means 1, 2, 3, 4, the numbers, right? So I will leave the values the way it is. Then we have smallest to largest, but now I want largest to smallest because I want the bad guys, the bad employees to be at the front. So smallest to largest. So I'm going to come down here and click largest to smallest. Okay, so when all these criteria have been met and you check it is okay, then you press OK. And when you press it, you can see automatic the rating changes. They start from the highest, the bad workers, going down to the best employee. Okay, so that can be done, but I don't actually need that. I want the best employees to be at the top. I want to be seeing them better. So what I will do, just come to this arrow and undo. Anything you do on Excel, you can undo. You see, once I point this, you are going to see a little stuff there, undo. So when I undo that, click that, you can see everything is back to where it is. All right, so this is the rating. Okay, so the next I can do is I can actually color code this. Okay, I can actually color code this so that when someone is looking at your project, it will definitely know that. So, you know, I can take the first five or the first 4, since we're having double 5 there. So I can take the first 4 as the best workers, 97, 95, 93, 92. So what I will do, I can just go to home, or you can also use this color coding here, good, bad, any stuff there. But I prefer to just do this. Take green color. So green color represents good, right? Best. So I'll click green. So that means these are the first 4 best workers. So I can actually take the next 4. I can do them every 4. Okay, so take the next 4 again. All right, so I'm going to take the next 4, and we go also back to home. You go to this fill color. Let's take something different. So after green, we take something very light. Okay, so this shows that this is light. All right, this shows that this dark green is better than this. Okay, then we take the next 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we can choose something color. So from here the color start changing. All right, so we can take let's see. Okay, we can take yellow. Okay, so we take yellow, so the color is changing. So this color is showing that they are in different category. Okay, so we take the next 4. All right, and mark it orange, because we are going towards red, which is the worst workers. So we can mark that orange. You can see from green, light green, yellow, orange. Then this last 4, which are actually scoring these values, are our worst workers. Okay, so we are going to go home and this way, and we are going to put red. Means danger. Danger means these guys are in problem. Okay, so these last 4 values, these last 4 workers are in problem. Red means they may end up be sacked, they may end up be demoted, they may not get any appreciation, they may not get any promotion. Okay, and the company may decide not to renew their contract. They may terminate them at the end of their contract, because every company wants to pay. They are ready to pay, but they want you to give them good productivity and good quality. So when workers are having this set of workers, employees are only going to destroy the business. So for every company, they have to let these workers go. Sorry to say, but they have to let these workers go. If they see that they cannot train them to upgrade them, they have to let them go and employ new workers who can get their salary. The company will have to pay a revenue to get maximum benefit from those employees. So this is a very great stuff, a very great project for HR or any manager who is managing group of people. You have to always check on this. So when you are able to do this employee analysis, I'm telling you, you are going to have very good set of effective worker. It can take a period of 1 year, 2 years, but at the end of the day, after circulating, you get rid of all those in the red and you train this in orange, and you try to talk to these guys in yellow so that they can all improve to become green. If you have green and this light green, better for the company. Anything from this yellow going down is something that the employee, the company have to decide to actually put them on more training or give them some, some little caution and to tell them to brush up. But these guys in red, if I'm an HR, I will let them go. Okay, so now we can also go to one step. We can actually decide to put this as a graph. So we can go to home, we can go to insert, and first I'm going to choose first column. So I want to choose this column. Okay, so I will scroll it down. The name, I want the name, so I will use control. I will hold down the control, then let me take this to where you can see. That's the name to the rating. So when I have both, so I will now go to insert. All right, I'll go to insert. So I'll go to insert and click recommended charts, and you can see it will give me the chart. So I can, when I see this, it's either I want it like horizontal bar chart or I want it this way. But I actually like it this way, so let me click OK. So when I click OK, you can see it comes here. Let me pick it straight here for us to see. Okay, I think it's better this way. Let me make it bigger. All right. Okay, this is bigger. Okay, so now that we have this, So now that we have this, you can see it here. Larry is having close to 100%. So Larry is the best worker here. Okay, so we can, let me have a little adjustment. Okay, you can see Larry, the best worker here, up to 100, close to 100. Eric follows, George follows, just like as we have it here. So if I change any value here, for example, I decide to change any value here, is going to reflect here. So by this graph, you can see it, and you can actually say 1, 2, 3, 4 should go, this last 4. So the lower ones, while these higher ones should stay. So this is a way you can do your project, show your visualization, show it by color coding, and everybody will understand what you have done. You will be able to rank or rate your employees. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe on our videos. Is going to go a long way to help us, and I promise to bring to you more relevant industrial based projects that are used every day in industries to optimize production and maximize profit. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.